Hello, my name is Armando, and I'm a new gardening YouTube channeler. I'm going to show you first of all my garden for a bit, and then I'm going to show you what this video is about. Pumpkin 101. So I'm going to show you what to do with your pumpkin plant since it's reaching the end of the season, and hopefully that'll prove helpful. So over here is the pumpkin plant. Right quick, let me show you. It's already November, and the first frost is until the 1st of December, like in the early December. So here's the pumpkin plant. It's basically run its course. I planted this pumpkin plant a bit late in the season. I planted it in July, so it actually barely started making a fruit. And let me show you the fruit that it's making right now. Yep, that's the fruit right now. It's huge, actually, and I'm surprised that this plant is able to live to support it, and it's tangled up all over the tangerine tree. So yeah, there's the pumpkin plant, and so it's starting to get cold, and I don't want the pumpkin plant to die before the fruit ripens. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys what to do once you already have the fruit that you want. I only have one fruit because I planted it late in the season. What you have to do to your pumpkin plant in order to fasten its ripening. So if you want, the first place you could start off is by trimming like old dead leaves attacked by fungus. It's normal by the end of the season for your pumpkin plants to be overtaken by fungus. So it's a normal thing. You just want to cut it off before it starts spreading, because over here nasty fungus has started spreading even more. So yeah, gonna cut that off first. Let's see. Hopefully you guys can see this. There's the main stem somewhere there. Yeah. And I'm going to cut it right there. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, I cut it. And just set that aside. There it is. And that's a good place to start off first. Trim off the old leaves. You don't want any of the infection, the fungus, to start spreading like it did on mine. I mean, and if you notice, the stem. Wait, let me show you. I guess you can't see this. Well, anyway, oh yeah, here it is. The stem starts to turn dark green as it gets older, because as it gets older, it starts to get more sturdier. So there's the stem. Here's the leaf that I cut off. And just set that aside. And then, and then I'm gonna cut it off right there. Basically, yeah, I just snip it off right off. It doesn't have to be a specific way. Pumpkin plants are very versatile. So, alright, we're gonna snip that off right there. There it is. Okay. Alright, there's one more over here. That one. Oh. Sometimes the leaves start to curl to get more light. Oh, sorry. As soon as I get over here to this side, it's a jungle over here. Oh, by the way, I forgot to show you. These are the asparagus. They've already stopped growing, and what I will do is I'll cut these down in the spring so I could get asparagus spears to come out. But that's until spring, so I'll do a video about that, harvesting asparagus. But for right now, it's cutting this little plant. There it is. It's pretty much tattered and seen better days. There it is. It's not that infected anyways, I'll just leave it there. Okay, that's pretty much the infected leaves. Now, next stop. Here's your fruit. You want it to ripen before the frost kills it. So, what you'll want to do, if you notice, wait, excuse me. Alright, there it is. If you notice, the pumpkin plant, like over the fruit, starts to go all the way over here to this side, and it's unnecessary growth. I mean, that growth is not necessary for the pumpkin plant to survive. If you cut off like a bunch of the growth. Oh, and by the way, the fruit's right there, and there's a vine going all the way over here. And then over here, there's another huge vine. Huge leaves. And then there's even more vines. More vines, more vines. More vines, more vines, more vines. It basically grew like more than I expected. But because I only want the fruit, I'm not interested in pumpkin leaves. I mean, they say that there's some they could eat pumpkin leaves, but I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off all this unnecessary growth. This is not necessary for the pumpkin plant to ripen its fruit. I mean, I already have one pumpkin fruit, and I think that's pretty much enough for me, because I mean, pumpkins are huge, and it could last you like a long time in the freezer. So I only need one. I only want one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it off. Cut the pumpkin plant off. First, let me start off with this side. So, pumpkin fruit. Want it to ripen before it gets killed by frost. So here's your fruit, and I'm gonna trim this vine off. Now what I would do is I'd count for 4 leaves. I don't want to cut it too close, because then if it starts rotting over here, then it'll get to the pumpkin, and we don't want that. So what we want to cut it off a little distant. We also want some leaves to be kind of close to the pumpkin so that the leaves can support the plant. The pumpkin plant's over here, and the leaf is over here, the first leaf. So I'm gonna want to cut it like, I'd say around here, or better over here. Yeah, right here. I'm gonna cut it off here. Wait, it's hard to do this with my right hand. I'm left-handed, so there it is. Cut it off right there. This will go in the compost. Wait, first let me snip that off. Oh, it's tangled itself with the tangerine tree so much. I'm gonna have to snip off those little. I call these. What would we call these? What would you call these? Wait, let me snip that off. I think these are called climbers. I'm gonna call them climbers. I don't know what their name is, but they have a specific name, I guess. But I'm not that technical when it comes to terminology. There it is. Okay, let's see if it'll come off now. No. There it is. Now it is. Okay. So all this is unnecessary for the pumpkin plant. I mean, for the pumpkin to mature. So I'm gonna add that later to the compost. First, let me snip off additional growth. So over here is where it starts branching off. It's the center. It goes over here, over there, and it goes all over the place. Now that one leads to the pumpkin, so I don't want to snip that off, or else I'll have a dead pumpkin. That one, well, I mean, this one's supporting the whole vine, so I guess I'll leave that. This one, however, I find this unnecessary, because it goes all the way over here, all the way over there, over there. I mean, there's some pumpkins like this one, but that one's not gonna mature or grow. And then this one's rotting, so along with that one, nasty stuff. But I only want one pumpkin, so all this vine. Wait, curse my left-handedness. Okay, so all this vine, I don't want it. So I mean, it's just to ensure that I get a ripe pumpkin before frost. Wait, let me switch hands. That'll be easier. There it is. Okay. Well, it's gonna be a hassle getting off all the climbers. Well, this is gonna be a lot of material for the compost. So that's nice, especially in fall where you get mostly brown stuff. All right. All of that is now not part of the pumpkin plant anymore. And okay, I need both hands for this. So I'm going to cut this video short right here, and I'll check in with you guys later. Alright, here's all of the stuff I'm going to take to the compost. It's a huge amount. especially since my compost pile is so small. I mean, it's over there. That little pile with all the leaves right next to the little circle under the little raised bed. Yep, that's my compost. So this is a huge amount to add to the compost. So I'm gonna have a lot of compost, I guess, for next spring. So there it is. And thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. It's my first video. So please give me any suggestions as to how I could improve, and also leave any questions if you have any. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll make a new video, I'll make a video shortly. So stay tuned, and thank you. Bye-bye.